Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hope and pray you are keeping fine. You are hale and hearty by the grace of Almighty Allah. In the previous video, we talked about Faiz and I provided you the nectar of the poem, Speak Up. Today we shall explore the poem line by line. But before I would analyze the poem, I want to discuss a few things with you. The poem Speak Up is taken from the collection of poems Naqsh Faryadi. The poem has been authored originally in Urdu by Faiz under the title Bol and has been translated into English by Shiv K. Kumar. Faiz wrote Speak Up during the final phase of the British rule. But Faiz was a firm believer of the classless society. He wanted to free the low-class people of the society from the clutches of the selfish high-class people. The poet requests the suppressed people of his society to raise their voice against the injustices done to them. This poem is a beautiful expression of the poet to defy oppression and intends to give voice to the voiceless. Now, let's start the poem. Here we go. Speak up, for your lips are not sealed, and your words are still your own. This upright body is yours. Speak while your soul is still your own. What is the Urdu translation of these lines? बोल के लब आजाद है तेरे, बोल ज़बां अब तक तेरी है, तेरा अस्तुआं जिस्म है तेरा, बोल की जान अब तक तेरी है. So look at the first line of the stanza, my dear students. It starts with speak up. Speak up means to express yourself without fear, to express your opinions, your feelings boldly and clearly, without hesitation. For your lips are not sealed, because nobody has locked your lips. Sealed means locked. So actually, the poet wants his readers to speak up for your rights and dignity and stand up against the colonial oppression. Let me tell you one thing, my dear students. This poem was jotted down when India was ruled by British. So Ahmad Faiz addressed the readers to come up with the truth, to raise your voice against the brutality, to raise your voice against the injustice. For your lips are not sealed. Bol ke lab azad hai tere. God has bestowed you with lips. And आपको उधार नहीं लाने हैं lips किसी और से, तब जाके आप बोलेंगे. You own your lips. And nobody has put a stitch on your lips. And your words are still your own. Bol, ज़बां अब तक तेरी है. God has not only bestowed you with lips, but God has bestowed you with ultimate power, that's freedom of speech. He has bestowed you with the power to speak. So you need to raise your voice against the tyranny and brutality of the Britishers. You need to speak up for those who are confronting injustice and cruelties by tyrants. This upright body is yours. God has bestowed you with an upright body. Upright means erect, सीधा, दीनदार. ये आप moral हिसाब से भी ले सकते हैं, honest हिसाब से. This upright body is yours. तेरा सुतवां जिस्म है तेरा. You have moral and intellectual energy, so you must speak courageously and boldly. Speak. while your soul is still your own. बोल कि जान अब तक तेरी है. You need to raise your voice because this is the time when your soul is your own. You need to follow the voice of your soul. Soul means spirit, inner conscience. अभी आपका ज़मीर जिंदा है, अभी आप मरे नहीं है. So this is the time that you should speak up for those who are suffering injustice and revolt against those who are in power. This is the right time because you have been bestowed with so many things. You have been bestowed with lips, with words, with upright body. No other creature has been bestowed with such things. No animal has an upright body. No animal has the power of speech. Right? It's you. You should realize that God has given you the power to speak. So you must speak up the things you want to say. So this is your first stanza. So in the first stanza, what did we learn? Actually, the poet intends to give voice to the oppressed and voiceless people. He addressed his countrymen that they should stand against the tyranny and brutality of the Britishers. Actually, this poem is an evocation of the patriotic feelings in the countrymen of the poet. He wants to free his motherland from the clutches of white oppressors. So the poet says to his countrymen to speak up because you have been bestowed with lips and the power of communication by Almighty God. He wants them to speak because they possess a well-built body and a soul surviving in it. So they should utilize their energy to defy oppression. Right? So let's carry forward this poem. Look, there in that simidi, its red oven, fierce flames, the padlocks are already opening their mouths and each fetter is skirting around. देख के अहंगर की दुकान में. Look there in that simidi. Here the poet wants the reader to look inside the shop of simidi. आप देखिए इस लोहार की दुकान में. It's red oven, fierce flames. और जब आप इस शॉप के इनसाइड देखेंगे, जो शॉप इनसाइड है ये क्या बन गया है? It has become red. कैसे? Due to burning. और जो ये फायर प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है is burning with brighter flames. It's red on, fierce flames. The padlocks are already opening their mouths. But ये जो metallic locks है और ये जो shackles है, fetters है, ये जो तैयार की जाती है इस oven में उन लोगों के लिए जिन्होंने who have raised their voice against the cruelties and injustice. ठीक है, अब the padlocks are already opening their mouths. अब ये padlocks जो है, ये जो ताले हैं U-shaped metal जो है, ये अब खुल रहे हैं. ठीक है, opening their mouths. यहाँ पे ये personification का इस्तेमाल कर रहा है, यानी padlocks को ये living things के साथ compare कर रहा है. Padlocks as if it's a living being who is opening a mouth, right? And each fetter is skirting around. और ये जो fetters है, fetters means shackles या chain जो feet के लिए होती है, इसको हम बोलते हैं fetter, and it's skirting around, it's trying to escape. ठीक है, actually ये जो stanza है, in this stanza the poet has used a metaphorical and symbolic language, right? ये जो यहाँ पे simidi का इस्तेमाल किया है इसने, ये the simidi is actually the struggle going on for India's freedom. ये जो लोहार खाना है ये वो जद्दोजहद है जो कि भारत की आज़ादी के लिए चल रही है. Similarly इसने oven का इस्तेमाल किया है. The oven is the heat generated by the death of the various martyrs. ठीक है, ये जो तंदूर में वो जो ये गर्मी है ये शहीदों की मौत से पैदा हुई है. ठीक है, Similarly the flames are the voices of protest that have begun to rise everywhere. ठीक है, और ये जो padlocks और fetters है they are the symbols of slavery. ठीक है, and they wanted to be melted in the simidi of the freedom fighters. ठीक है, what the poet means to say through these symbols actually is that the common people should also join this struggle, and they should raise their voice against the cruel repression of the British rulers, right? ठीक है. So यहाँ पे ये सारे आप you can take them as metaphors as well. ये जो सभी इसने इस्तेमाल किए, सिमिदी है, रेड ओवन है, फियर्स फ्लैम्स है, पैडलॉक्स है या fetters है, these are all examples of metaphors. So what's a metaphor, students? Metaphor is actually a figure of speech in which a comparison is made between unlike things indirectly. And here the poet has used various metaphors in the poem, like oven, flames, padlocks, and fetter. They are being compared to the people who are numb due to immense oppression, and these metaphors have been used to describe the struggle for India's freedom in a symbolic manner, and these metaphors describe some aspects of our struggle for freedom in an imaginative manner. So this is your second stanza. ठीक है. Look there in that simidi, देख के उस आहंगर की दुकान में, its red on fierce flames, धुंध है शोले, सुरख है आहन, the padlocks are already opening their mouths, खुलने लगे कुफलों के दहाने, and each fetter is skirting around, फैला हर एक जंजीर का दामन. ठीक है. So last stanza. Speak up now, for time is running out. बोल, ये थोड़ा वक्त बहुत है. Before your body and mind fade away, जिस्म ज़बां की मौत से पहले, tell us for truth is not yet dead. बोल कि सच जिंदा है अब तक. Speak whatever you have to say. बोल जो कुछ कहना है कह ले. So in these last lines, the poet asks the readers to speak up the truth, to come up the truth, because time is running away. He wants his countrymen to speak up now, because it will be too late later on, right? Because the time is ticking away, the time is running out, and you can see the simidi, जो simidi यहाँ पे वो अभी full heat में है. Full heat में it's the time when we should strike the iron, right? So we should, क्योंकि अगर ये फिर ठंडा हो गया, so it will again become as hard as ever. तो फिर मुश्किल हो जाएगा. Before your body and mind fade away, इससे पहले कि आप मर जाए, before death puts an end to everything, so you should come up with the truth, and we must not delay in acting, in raising our voice, because our mind and body is bound to fade away. We must speak courageously, because truth prevails against falsehood. Truth fade away. Tell us, for truth is not yet dead. क्योंकि सच अभी मरा नहीं है. Speak whatever you have to say. So you need to raise your voice. You must muster up courage to speak up and express your thoughts, feelings, and ideas clearly. So this is your poem. I hope you have understood it. So I'll stop here. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.